Hello everyone, how are you today? I am at Starbucks and my car is not broken down. Yay, I'm just at Starbucks because I'm at Starbucks. I had some points that were stars that were about to expire. There's stars here, and you think Carl's Jr., I think I said before, would have stars as well because they have the star emblem, but I think they have points, and some places have flames, like Blaze Pizza, I think they have flames or whatever, I don't know. Um, Blazing hot whatever's. So that's something different, I guess. But anyway, I'm over here at Starbucks. Don't forget to please subscribe. Once again, I lost over 300 subscribers. I think I found out who did it, and I'm asking them to, can they please not do that again. If they have 300 real subscribers, please put them on there. But who knows 300 people that can say, hey, why don't you guys all go over to David's channel and watch a video or two and give some thumbs ups and some comments. That's not going to happen. So anyway, I'm over here, and my channel is usually pretty light. We've had some serious things. The assassination attempt of the future president, who is now the president. The past president, the future president, now the current president. We did some serious stuff about that, and some with the disease of COVID and that kind of stuff. Maybe occasionally something serious about how to avoid maybe some medical situation or safety. There's been some crime and high winds out here. We have high winds again coming in. It's cold right now. We're in a polar vortex, I guess they said. It'll get to freezing. A lot of people say freezing. Who cares? It's wintertime. Of course it's freezing. Not in Southern California. Right now it's 54 degrees, and I'm actually wearing this because it's a light, cold wind. It's not really big gust of wind, but the wind that is blowing right now is very, very cold. An Arctic wind, I don't know. It's not an Arctic river or an atmospheric river. It's just what it is. It's cold. But this was a little bit more serious. I joke around a lot about the elections because people were saying really bad things about me, calling me a rapist because I said Trump is going to win. I'm a racist because Trump's going to win. I hate the military because I say Trump's going to win. All I said was Trump's going to win. The old period of Ruski, because Trump was going to win. I told people that in 2020. Biden never stood a chance. Kamala Harris definitely. I still believe that when Kamala Harris ran, it was just kind of like whatever. We're not going to run Biden. We know we'll lose. Who can we throw up there? That's not going to be too much damage. We know that person will not win. Let's put a candidate out, have her select a vice president. That's no good. So we have a no good president candidate, and a no good vice president candidate, and what's going to happen is they'll lose. And guess what happened? They lost. People are telling me I'm stupid, I'm uneducated, I'm not a political scientist, I'm not a political strategist, I don't work in a think tank for politics, and what I know is nothing. And people are telling me Kamala Harris is going to win in a landslide. No, she's not. She's not going to win at all. There's going to be a blue wave. Yeah, a blue wave of people running over to vote red. So there was a red wave, not a blue wave. She lost in a landslide. She did not win in a landslide. She did not win. WALZ with his dancing hands and his stolen valor and his lies and his drunk driving. Not a good candidate. Her falling out of coconut trees and lying to the public, and not a good candidate. And they lost. They just lost. But the newest thing now under the Trump derangement syndrome, they call it, I guess, those that are just, instead of screaming out this time, like they did the last time he won, now they're doing just kind of crazy things. And I was talking to one lady who told me, you were right, Kamala lost, and she lost badly. There's a red wave. They look at it from the president on down. It's Republican. A lot of counties, they said 90% of the counties in the United States changed. If they weren't already red, they now changed to being a red state. Right-leaning, not a left-leaning or whatever. And they lost badly. America said, Biden, Kamala, no way, we don't want you, we don't like you, we don't want you, you did a horrible job, get out of here. And that's what happened. Yeah, did Obama say, Joe, you got to go? Yes. Did what's your name, Pelosi? Yeah. Clooney, all of them. Maybe even Oprah came to talk to Joe, I don't know, but they all said, Joe, you got to go. We'll put someone else in there. She had to go. So now you're done, guys. The election's over. The election's over. Whether you voted for Trump, yeah, didn't vote for Trump, guess what? He's the president. And if you are an American, he is your president. If he's not, you got to go somewhere else where they have a king or a dictator or something like that, a prime minister if you want to go to Canada. But a lady told me the reason she is so anti-Trump is what he's going to do to the transsexuals, the trannies, whatever they call them. And I said, what is that? I know he did say that we're not going to allow that into our military anymore, I guess, or there's going to be some changes to that in our military. When I was in the military, you could not be a homosexual. You couldn't be a homosexual. I didn't really care if you were a homosexual. I knew there was homosexual in the military when I was in. I was not one of them. So it's kind of your business. I didn't really care. Do a good job, and that's fine. Leave the kids alone, but the rest is up to you. So I knew people that did time for being a homosexual, and they were usually they'd offer them a dishonorable discharge. Hi, Johnny, you love Billy Bob instead of loving a Susan, so you're going to have to go elsewhere. Go work elsewhere. You know, go sell gay underpants. I don't know. I was in the military and I would work with the jail system was one of my associated duties. I was a combat arms instructor. I taught shooting, but you have associated duties. One of mine was law enforcement. I happen to be wearing a shirt from that. But anyway, so I would have to go see the jails. We had people that had contracted AIDS. They had to go too. But they were still there. Now, if the President of the United States says you can't be a transsexual, and they're not running around yanking down people's underpants, probably no one will know. If you can act, what's the right word? Act right, act military, have military bearing, act straight, or no one's ever going to know. If you run around and say, hi, my name is Timmy the Tranny, and you dance around the chow hall at lunchtime, people may know. But if you don't say anything, remember Bill Clinton's don't ask, don't tell. I was in during that. But I knew gay people in basic training, you know. I knew gay people in my technical school, not technical school. I knew people and that I served alongside people from other, we trained people, so we would train maybe 70 people a day, sometimes 36, where the range would hold 36 people. Usually we'd have we'd do the classroom, then we'd have one relay, or we'd be training rifle on one range and shotgun on another, or depends on what's going on in the world, grenade launcher, machine gun, whatever was going on. So I knew a lot of people that were gay. Back then, the majority of the ones I knew that were gay, they didn't tell me, hey David, I'm gay. They didn't need to. They worked in the hospital. The male homosexuals worked in the hospital. I don't know why. At the VA, the majority of the nurses are Filipino or Filipina. Is that how you say it? I don't know what's proper. Getting some weird lighting now over here. But yeah, so that is a change she made. But the lady that I was talking to, she's relatively smart. I mean, she's not dumb. She's a little naive. She said that on the news they were talking about concentration camps or re-education camps for these transsexual. And I said, no. She said, what do you mean, no? I said, you may have heard that, but the answer is no. That's not going to happen. People tell me, well, David, you know that Kamala Harris is going to win. I would just say, no. And not that I didn't, I'm saying two things. One, no, I don't know that. And two, no, it's not going to happen. But I do that a lot of times. I'll say, this is going to happen. And I go, no. Well, I heard on the radio this. No. And I'll just say, no, I don't have to argue with them or whatever. They're saying something that's totally stupid. And I'm going to just say, no. There's nothing to really argue about that. We live in the United States of America. That's where we live. I live here. But they said that on the news, they were heard that some of the broadcasters were saying, I have to be careful because Trump isn't coming. Trump's people are going to come and get me and lock me up if Trump wins. No, that's stupid. And I don't know if it's Rachel Maddow. Rachel Maddow used to be pretty smart. I used to think of her as kind of like a lesbian female Walter Cronkite. Now they call her Moscow Maddow because she's so, anything you tell her, conspiracy theory, she's going to throw that out there because her ratings, MSNBC, CNN, Fox, so that's what's happening. They're no longer considered relevant because we know that they say Trump sucks, Biden's good, Hillary's good, AOC is good, Kamala's good, WALZ is good. We know they're a one platform, a one pony show, and that's that. And now the owner of it, Mark Thompson, said they have to change. We're going to do a change. We're actually going to report news again. CNN is now no longer stand for a Clinton News Network. It's going to start going back to being called the cable news network, and they're actually going to start reporting news. So he says they've done some shifting around, offering people, here's money, get out of here, you can keep your job, but instead of being on at 9 o'clock at night, you're going to go to midnight. Instead of being on 5 nights, you're going to have 2 nights. And they do a lot of restructuring to try to save that channel because it's basically not worth anything. But so she tells me this, and I said, no, that's stupid. Says who? She said, I heard it on TV. I said, well, what? I heard on the news. I said, what was a news station? One was MSNBC. And so you know that MSNBC does not stand for news. It's not a news station. It's a Microsoft talk show. CNN is a talk show. They're not real news. Why do you think when there's a disaster or an important story, do people leave CNN and go to Fox? Why? Fox News is a right-leaning news station. CNN is a liberal-leaning talk show, opinion show. That's why I think they're getting sued over and over again, because they would say this is the news, this Navy veteran did this, oh, here's $5 million, Navy veteran. You know, NBC, here's $15 million, Donald Trump, and they're getting sued over and over again. The View is getting sued right now by Melania Trump, $75 million. How many times can they pay out like that and survive? And the answer is probably not too many. I think The View needs that $75 million more than Melania Trump needs that $75 million. I think Melania has probably more money than the View programming and all those talk show hosts combined. I told her, so you're talking about a station that said that's not Hunter's laptop. No, that's not his laptop at all. I'm going to tell you that Joe Biden was the sharpest man in the room. He was mentally alert and all that. They've been caught lying and lying and lying and lying and lying, but you believe that Trump is going to take she has a son that's becoming a daughter, or her daughter, I don't know, training kid. Now, that you believe that Trump, while they're trying to deport these people that are killing people, raping people, selling drugs, fentanyl, whatever, they're going to stop that to go over to Main Street, USA, knock on your door and say, hey, Susie, who used to be Billy, Bob, hop in the car. We're going to put you in a concentration camp. Oh, okay, let me get my lipstick. No, not going to happen. Stupid. So you believe them in this lie. People told me they were shocked that when Joe Biden, they go, I guess what you said was true, David. And I said, what do you mean? Joe Biden just pardoned his son. You told me he was going to. I said, yeah. And just for the first time ever, she said, I've been a supporter. She's from Delaware. I've been a supporter of Joe Biden all along, and now I finally realized you were right. He's a liar. Really, after 50 years of politics, of him lying for 50 years, he lied one time in your book. He drove a truck, boop, boop, and he did this, and all those lies he said, and corn pop, and him and his dad went in town 70 years ago, and 2 gay guys were walking down the street kissing. None of that happened. So here's my thing. Folks, people, whatever you're allowed to say nowadays, y'all, I don't know, use guys, you know, don't believe that stuff. Don't believe it. Because remember, our healthy journey is a mental thing from our top of our head to our bottom of our feet. It's a mental and physical combination. So what happens is when we get into this thing, this depression, this whatever, and then you stop brushing your teeth, for example, and you stop your diet, and you stop your exercise, and you don't get up, and you take a shower instead of daily, you take it every 10 days. All that's the mental part of that is probably doing that to you. Because physically, you probably do like the warm water and the bubbles and that smells like lavender or whatever. You like that. But your physical being, your mental being, they're just like this. They're together. They're one happy ball. But if you're depressed, if you're sad, if you're believing that nonsense, and you're worried about that, that's going to cause you not to take care of yourself physically. Now, it could happen the opposite. I was perfectly happy when I discovered my foot was bad back in 2019, and I go in the doctor with what I thought was a little bump on my toe, and they said, we're going to cut off your toe, most likely also the big toe, and we'll probably cut maybe all of your toes and most of your foot. We may take the foot. I think we can save your leg. I thought, hey, can I get a couple Band-Aids and some Neosporin or some Bactine or something on there? Yeah, even that stuff that stings a little bit. What is it? I don't know. Iodine. I don't know. Clean that thing up and slap. That's all I came in for. I didn't come in here to hear about getting my leg. 9 days in the hospital. 6 weeks of IVs, 4 a day. 4 IVs every single day for 6 weeks. Heparin. All that stuff to try to reverse this situation, this infection. I guess it's some form of a staph infection in my foot, but it was so bad I had to do that. To say that, you know that really affected me. Physical about that affected me very heavily mentally. It shocked me. It threw me into shock. I had to, at that point, stay totally laser focused, very organized, very squared away, whatever. Cleanliness, cleaning that wound, changing the dressings, taking I had administered the IVs myself, taking that, putting the proper ointments on, going to get the blood work done. I was going to the hospital back and forth. Once I finally got out of the hospital for 9 days, I think I went back and forth to the hospital 3 times. So really, if I didn't have things I had to do, it'd probably be better just to stay there versus driving back and forth to Long Beach from Monrovia. But I did that. I was able to save the toe with the help, I believe, of God and the doctors and the knowledge of that God, the help, the smarts and the help, education that God assisted them in getting and assisting me. For some reason, He picked me to help, and thank you God, thank you doctors, thank you people that helped me with that situation, getting through that. It was really rough. At first, I couldn't work at all. Then I could work a little, and then now here it is. All these years later, I get it again. I was out of work for almost a year. So yeah, that helps. That hurts you mentally. So you have to overcome that. You have to say, I had the willpower to do it before. I'm going to have the willpower to do it again. I have to modify because I can't exercise in the same way I did before. I can't go out the same way. I can't eat food at the same times. Maybe I have to avoid dairy. I'm having dairy right now, but I have to avoid dairy 2 hours before and 2 hours after one of the pills that I take. I got to take that twice a day on that one. But I found if I take it late at night, I'm asleep anyhow. So I'm asleep for 2 hours. I get up, I take the medicine, I go back to sleep. I'm sleeping more than 2 hours. So that one kind of does it all on its own. But I have to do that. But if I just watch something, oh my God, look at this. These people are, who are they to tell you that? If I turn the TV and Rachel Maddow was sitting there telling me that she's going to be rounded up and thrown in jail because, she's a militant lesbian liberal, and Trump hates those 3 things, I guess, or 2 things, or 3, whatever they are, and he hates her for that because she said bad things about him. She's a lesbian. He considers her a snowflake, I'm sure. She got caught lying a few times, and she was, oh, that's okay, MSNBC, CNN said they were fact-checking when they weren't, and they would let you know that if Trump's people said it was a lie, if Biden's people said it was the truth. Politico was told don't ever mention the laptop. Never a story on that, none of that. And that's what happened. So you were being led down this way. You're like sheep, bah, bah. So what I'm saying is this. If you're watching television and it says because you're a transsexual, or your kid's a transsexual, or your neighbor's a transsexual, they're sending the tranny elimination police to your house, or the tranny re-educational police to your house to come get them, it's not true. You need to get news elsewhere because you're considered that news. Don't consider that news. Here's news to you. That's bullshit. Okay? It's a big pile of bullshit. So just don't do it. This lady was in tears. There's people on Facebook right now. They're saying Trump's going to do this. Not in the U.S. I was in the military. We wouldn't have allowed that to happen. Trump is one man. What is he? 70-something years old. He's a chubby fella. Some people like him. He likes to dance YMCA and that kind of stuff, and to do his thing, but he's not going to do that. He can't do that. We physically will not allow him to do that First of all, how does he know you are a tranny? How does he know your kid's a tranny? Not going to happen. Not going to. When Trump won the first time, I was taking class at Mount Sac, and people were worried about that Trump was going to come kicking their door down and taking them out of the classroom because they're illegal aliens. Were they residents of the United States without proper documentation? They were DACA kids, dreamers, whatever. No. If we can't get the rapists, the murderers, the drug dealers, the weapons runners, the people moving large sums of money, we're not coming to get Jose out of his PE class. There's old Jose holding the rope, climbing the rope up, and the ground by his gym shorts and pull him off of the thing and take him away. No, Jose. No way, Jose. Not going to happen. So it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Stop that. Just stop it. If you're watching news and they're doing that, this is what I suggest you do. Film yourself reacting to, oh my God, my name is David. I'm going to film myself in a selfie. I don't know what to do. I know a few transsexuals and Trump is going to come get them. He's going to come get them and then they're going to wrap them all up in cellophane and then ropes and they're going to put some big balloons and they're going to launch them into the atmosphere and they're going to be gone. Then play it back. Do your own fact checking. Is that possible? No. Is that as stupid as they're going to round up your gay transsexual or whatever, daughter, son, whatever it is, or it, they, she, he, whatever, and come get them and throw them in a camp? Where are these camps? Are they going to be at Guantanamo Bay? Are we going to maybe build a big platform out like an oil platform out in the sea and put big dormitories of these people, and we're going to teach them don't change your genitalia, and then they have a 24 unit class on there's only 2 genders. Is that going to happen? No. So record yourself. Don't talk to the mirror because you won't remember what you said. Just put your phone on like I'm doing right here, push the button and talk to it and tell it all that you're saying. Then go and fact check it. Is Donald Trump really making some kind of like concentration camp for those that are transsexual? No, this is false. Well, nowhere you'll find it to be true. Nowhere, not even on The Onion or those fake, not even on National Lampoon, none of that, not on Mad Magazine. Nowhere are you going to find that because it's not true. It's stupid. So unless you are a person that likes to believe dishonest stuff and you are stupid, different channel, folks. Maybe PBS, maybe BBC, maybe Fox News, maybe local news, but don't watch that anymore. Just turn it off. You can't handle it. What's his name? Mark Thompson from CNN was saying that they're no longer just going to put out stories that are one narrative. We hate Trump. We're not going to put out stuff that's not true. What they believe happens is CNN, MSNBC, and all them, they don't report news. They put out stories that are emotionally pleasing to their viewers. So if I don't like Trump and I want to watch a news program, I want to watch a news program where everyone else agrees with me. David, we don't like Trump either. We hate Trump. Oh, I hate Trump too. Come home, David. Come home to us. CNN, Clinton News Network, whatever. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's not true. It's not true. And it's not true. Now, the laptop, that was Hunter's, and you believed it was not. See how you're being led? So take the binders off. Take the big black mask off your head, or the sunglasses with the dollar coins on there so you can't see like in the mob movies. Take that off. Take off the blindfold. Watch real news if you want to. Don't watch any news at all. Just turn it off. Some people just turn it off. After Trump won, they said, I'll either watch Fox News or nothing at all. I used to watch CNN. And people used to read Newsweek magazine. They used to go to Channel 4, NBC, or CBS. None of the liberal stuff is getting watched anymore. Nobody likes it. Why? Because they were lied to. It's not true what they're putting on now. And it's a single narrative. I remember when they had a big tsunami in Japan, everybody on Fox News are talking about how terrible it is. We're going to rush this aid in there. Are there earthquakes going to happen after the tsunami? How big is the tidal wave going to be? Or whatever. They're all recovering it. And on CNN, they're talking about how horrible Trump is. And then on the little scroll, Tsunami Today Japan. Tsunami Today in Japan. And that was it. What do you think people are going to watch? Trump suck, Trump suck, Trump suck. If they have Japanese friends, or if they have people that might have been on vacation in Japan, maybe they've been to Japan, maybe they just like Japanese people, maybe they like teriyaki chicken, I don't know, but they're not going to watch you CNN, and now you found out, oops, a little too late, you waited a little too long, and that's how. So if you are watching shows and they're talking about putting transsexuals in concentration camps. Remember, that's not in the U.S. That's not now in Iran or Iraq or some of these countries where they take the homosexuals and throw them off the building, and it's sport that people come out and watch them splat. Maybe that would happen there. I'm sure that it would. They dig a hole, they put someone in there. People think when they stone, you're standing there running around and they're throwing rocks at you, like in The Life of Brian. No, they dig a hole, they stick you up to your neck, and they throw rocks at your head until you're no longer breathing. So, no. Unless you're really, really stupid. If you're really stupid, you shouldn't be watching the news anyhow. Watch it with some kind of a guardian that can help you. I say, Susan, you see that guy? The guy talking there? Yeah. And he likes to get tickled. His name is Elmo? Yeah. Okay. It's not news. It's not? Because Tickle Me Elmo or Sesame Street or whatever is more news than that is. It's the same thing. It's just not news. Take care, folks. Subscribe, like, share. And what are your thoughts about that? Should they stop doing that to scare these people? They call you guys snowflakes, butterflies, princess, wokesters, all that. Just be yourself. Be yourself. If you're on a healthy journey, stay on the healthy journey. Don't let this happen to you. Take care.